Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up CBUS. It is a new month, February 1st. I'm Angela Ann, along with Tracy Townsend and Karina Nova. We are so glad to have you with us on a snowy and slushy morning.
Yes, there are, in fact, nearly 24 counties under snow emergency in all of this. The counties you see in yellow, and Franklin County included there, those are all counties under level 1, which means the roads are icy and hazardous. So if you have to head out, be careful. The counties in orange, take note, Coshocton and Morgan, they're at level 2, and that means you really should only be driving if it's necessary.
And there are plenty of school closings this morning, too. Students from Logan Hocking local schools, Heath City schools, and Triad local and Highland local schools will not have class today, so they can play out there in the snow. And that full list is scrolling at the bottom of your screen. We have team coverage of the snow and the ice this morning here on Wake Up CBUS. Molly Brewer is tracking road conditions. Tino Ramos, Laura Borchers, and Krista Frost are our boots on the ground, getting a live look at the snowy conditions in your neighborhood. And we have two meteorologists here this morning. Roz Caruso and Jeff Booth are in studio tracking the forecast. So first, let's start with Jeff Booth to see what we should be worrying about as we head out this morning and later today, Jeff.
Well, I'd just be worried that it's a Monday. I mean,
That's true.
outside, yeah, we got to watch out for some slick spots. So the snow we have this morning is nowhere near compared to what we had yesterday morning, which is good news, because if we got yesterday, or today rather, what we saw yesterday, we'd be talking about a huge mess on the roads. But still, we've got enough that we've got some refreeze. We've also got a little light snow coming back in. You can see that up through Wyandotte into Crawford and Richland counties, Mansfield down into Mount Vernon looking at some light snow. Same story in Mount Gilead. Actually, Mount Gilead getting hit with some heavier snow right now. And as we take a look elsewhere, you can see that as we move on into the Columbus area, we are tracking a little bit of that steadier snow just out through Gahanna into Pataskala, east of the city, and out into Pickerington as well. And then we're also looking at some of that snow as you move on down into southern and southeastern Ohio. So we're not done with it just yet. And it looks like we can see on our nice WeatherBug Network camera, we've got a little bit of reduced visibility thanks to a few flurries. Mid to upper 20s and low 30s for the current temperatures, but it feels more like the mid to upper teens and low 20s. So cold at the bus stop with a little light snow. We'll keep some light off and on snow around throughout the day. Again, an additional inch or so here in town will be possible with a high of 33, but it will feel like we are in the low 20s with the winds. It's going to be pretty breezy out there today. We'll let you know, though, when warmer weather arrives and what time all the snow moves out of here coming up. Molly Brewer right now is watching the roads, though, and she says things are starting to get a little busier.
Yeah, Jeff, getting busy, and it's just past 6 o'clock, so that's when you know that you might have some dicey conditions out on the roadways. A couple crashes out there. Again, upper right-hand corner of your screen, flashing lights at 270 northbound where it meets 161 on the east side. Heads up, you can get past that crash on the right, but traffic moving a little slow that way. We also have another crash. It looks like our camera turned at 270 and 70 on the east side, lower right-hand corner of your screen, but headed southbound. There is a crash there, and I do see snow falling in the area. So again, some of that drifting snow could be an issue. Along with those two east outer belt crashes, we've got a crash on 71 northbound at the exit ramp to North Broadway, and we are seeing delays there because of it. Traffic moving 40 miles an hour right now on 71 there near North Broadway, 29 miles an hour on 62 between Johnstown and New Albany, and 41 miles an hour on 42 headed toward Plain City. So a couple of our other roadways out there are starting to slow down on us as more people head out the door. I know Laura Borchers has been out on the roadways all morning long. Laura, where are you checking out right now?
Yeah, good morning. We are now in Delaware County, but we're heading to Franklin County. We're very near that line. Both counties are under a level 1 snow emergency right now. And what we've noticed, especially as we were traveling along US 36, is a lot of snow blowing, a lot of snow drifts. Now, as you can see on the roadway we're on here, it's nice and clear. There's some rock salt doing its thing, so the roads are a little bit wet, but we've got some pretty good traction. That's not the case all over, and that factors into why you see these counties still in snow emergencies, because once you get off the main pathway, you could hit some slick spots. And we are moving, like I said, a little bit into Franklin County. I'm going to give you a view a little further up in 30 minutes, but first, I'm going to toss things over now to Tino with a look where you are.
Yeah, we're in Logan County right now, still watching a little bit of blowing and drifting. Fortunately, though, Bell Fountain is starting to come to life now. But left behind, just piles and mounds of snow that exist here. This is from the weekend that they ended up plowing this over. But if you look at the streets here, we are starting to see some progression in terms of the salt being laid on the ground. Let me show you the video of what it looked like here when we arrived. And this was just about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning when we arrived here in Logan County. It was very slow getting up here because we did notice that blowing and drifting snow on the roadways as well as a little bit of ice. And by the time we got into the downtown area of Bell Fountain, everything was covered. The roadways, the sidewalks, and again, we were even seeing some of that drifting that existed here in Bell Fountain. So it's a level 1 snow emergency. Obviously, take it very slow if you're heading out in this county. I want to bring you back here too, if I can, show you live because it has been snowing. It's a lighter snow now, but it has been snowing here for the past hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and this is adding to some of the issues that we're experiencing here in Logan County.